Hello everybody. Okay, so was supposed to be on the TAPS media with JV Johnson, but there's just a little bit of a technological difficulty due to software upgrades, and so we just play it by ear. You know, that's what we do. We just kind of roll with things. It's what you have to do. So I'm going to read for you here, and then JV may be able to connect everything. But all of those things are just so much fun anyway, just all of those, the technologies. So if you have any issues hearing me or experiencing any kind of lag or glitch, let me know and I will see what I can do on my end. So hello to everybody, and this is going to go for about 1 hour, and I'm just going to read as many people as I can in that time period. So we'll just play it by ear, right? As we always do. All right, so I'm Rebecca Foster. For those of you who have never seen the gallery, what I'm going to do is just go through the chat, and I'll pull people up whose energy calls to me or attracts me, and I'll read as many as I can. Everything comes through symbolically, so I will explain first to you what I'm seeing, and then I'll explain what it means. And it comes from, information comes from God, from spirit guides, from people who've passed over. And I do not consult the dead. I don't ask them questions. If they have something to say to me, then I will repeat what they're showing me, whatever they want to acknowledge that it's them, that you would recognize. All right, so hello to everybody here. Thank you very much for joining me. I know it was such a fluke where everybody was supposed to go to TAPS, but again, we'll just see what happens. All right, so let me move my chair here, and we'll get started. All right, so we've got, first off, we've got Tam Kasner. All right, so these are short. It may not be what you were expecting to hear, but it's what your guides feel is most important for you to know right now. So Tam, and let me also explain this too, so then I don't have to explain it to everybody over and over again. But the first place I look for everyone is a beach. So that's where I essentially like to go first. Your guides may take me elsewhere. And so the beach, any kind of ground really, represents safety and security, a person's place. It's where they feel most secure. Any kind of water represents issues and worries, but it can represent opportunity as well. Just depends on how it presents and what you're doing near or in the water. And then there's a whole bunch of other symbolisms as I come across. I'll explain them to you, but those are the main things of importance. Okay. I won't blurt out anything that is sensitive in nature as well. I'm not going to call you out on YouTube. All right. So let's see here. For the first person, Tam Kasner. So the first thing that they show for you, Cam, and normally I'm an eye contact person, like the camera are your, that's your eyes, but I'm just kind of looking off and my eyes turn off. So that's where I'm looking right now, at nothing. So Tam, for the fourth time, they're showing you climbing a mountain, but you're not doing it in like the general straight up and down way. It's almost as if there has been a road or a ramp that has been carved around it at some point, and then squiggly up and then back and around. So there's this really funky, long path. And although it looks like it's been carved or cut out, you're not having to brave a whole new path into this mountain. You're not having to go and scale it straight up and down and deal with falling rocks or anything. But you have this path laid out that you're thinking, this is the easiest way to go. It's flat. It's already been tread by someone. But in reality, it's really a very difficult path because it's so long. I mean, it's just like basically someone around you might be saying, you know what, I've done this before, or I've experienced, follow me, listen to what I'm telling you. This is the way to do this. But it's not the same path that you should essentially take. It is a long, drawn out path. And it's like, when is this going to ever end? Like, how many times do I have to see this side of the mountain? Well, it's crazy. I'm going to just say, whatever is going on around you, stop listening to people. Sometimes we have to learn our own experiences. And although someone might be trying to protect you, they may be trying to help you to not have to deal with a hardship. If I were you, I would get on those mountain boots and I would just start climbing. I mean, you have the wherewithal to do it. You have the ability. And I think that you would just become wiser, and you would learn so much more if you would just start scaling this mountain. Scrape your knee a few times. Experience it. Don't listen to someone who's saying, well, this is easier. This is the easiest way to do this. Because in reality, I think I would be like in a straitjacket going around the mountain the way that this does. It's stupid. So get the equipment that you need and climb that mountain yourself. Seriously. You're just going to be so much happier. It's just get so much garbage out of the way. So I hope that makes some sense for you, Tam. It's just like, get rid of all the nonsense. All the garbage. All right, C. Davis. You finally made it on while I was doing my readings. Woo! Okay. So C. Davis. The first thing your guides are showing you is that you're walking down the sidewalk and you've got stores to your right, you've got the road to your left. And as you're coming up, there's like the breaks in the building where you can go down kind of like an alleyway where they're going to put their garbage and so forth. And then the next set of, and as you are, as you're walking through the first set of buildings, there's a person that goes down. This is a young man who goes down this alley, and you grab him by the coat and you pull him out, and you're like, no, no, and no, off limits, stop. And you just start walking, and you're walking some more. And then there's two gentlemen in the next one, and you grab their coats and you pull them, and you're like, no, stop. You're not going down. So it's interesting. So first off, you've got what they're showing the symbolisms here is you are walking and you've got the road to your left. So the road to your left represents the free flow of things, the change, constant things that are changing around you, things you have to be aware of. There's cars in the road. You can't just walk out in the road. You could get hit by a car. So this side where you are affected most, where your logical thinking, your critical thinking, all of these, your thoughtfulness, all of your brain power, all of that is on this side. And that's what they're saying. When it comes to unknown, when it comes to the risks and all sorts of these, they're saying pay attention to the fine print, pay attention to all the details, don't do anything emotional. Make sure that everything where it comes to external things, when it comes to unknown risks, dangers, you want your brain working. You don't want emotion involved here, period. But then as you're walking, you've got the buildings on this side. You've got this solid frame. It's not going anywhere. This is where you've got your creativity, which really is one of your best assets. It's creativity. It's how you process vibration. It's how you process people's emotions, and you read people well. You are also a sounding board for others, which represents you helping these people. You're like pulling them out. You are dragging these guys. Well, actually, you're not even dragging them. Like, you're just picking them up and throwing them out. So it's basically saying you're not doing this. So this also represents these three individuals who are around you that will benefit from your artistic expression, from your heart, from your mind. It's from the spiritual part of who you are. And so I would say that you are either a mentor or leader to these three individuals. They could be nephews, brothers, students, that sort of a thing, but you're mentoring them. And this is the side that says they want your character, they want your spontaneity, they want you to stop, right there and just be like, throwing out all of your emotion, your wisdom, and everything else. So this is where it's like reaching a balance in your life of knowing when you have to critically think about something and be logical, and when to say, you know what, I can do this. I can let go for a few minutes. And it's right now is a time for you to balance, big time balance between these things. And externals, critical thinking, logic. The things closest to you are where you want to show your creativity. It looks like it expands, and you are able to save a few people by doing it. And also I'm being told to let it go, like a relationship. You're supposed to let this relationship go. And it's a female, so it's either an intimate relationship or it is family. It could be just a girlfriend. But regardless, it's let this go because it's toxic in your life. It almost is like too much drama. And you're not a person who's attracted to drama at all. It's just too much on your soul. It weighs too heavily, so let it go. All right. Mike, how you doing? Romney, hello. Linda, hello. All right, so Mike, let's see. For you, Mike, I'm kind of going down the rail and just pulling off people who I'm getting anything from. Let's see if I see anything. Let me see, Mike. For you, Mike, really quickly, they have you, this is strange, but they have you standing in front of a large mixing bowl, and you have this really beautiful, fluffy batter in there. It looks like super delicious. Like, I am like, give me the bowl. You don't have to bake it, okay? I'll eat whatever is in the bowl. And you throw a couple of things in here and there, and you taste it, and you're like, oh my God, too much salt. There's just too much of this. So now you're trying to finagle, you're trying to fix it, and it's beautiful. It looks beautiful, but it's definitely not something you can actually eat. And so watching what they're presenting is basically, if something is too good, like if it looks too good, it probably is for you right now. So don't, it's also the saying, like, whatever, do everything as if you were doing it for your grandmother, or treat everybody as if you would treat your family. So right now, everything means transparency for you, being ethical, being balanced as far as what it looks like compares to what you would get if you were to eat it, kind of a thing. Because I'm looking at that going, oh, I'd love to have that, but then it looks like you even made the face like, I'm not eating this. You may be in a position right now where something is coming and you don't have all the ingredients yet. I'm thinking there's like 2 more things that have to be added, 2 more events, 2 more happenings, and then what your soul is reaching for and pushing for will happen. So I want to say within the next month, you'll see an answer, a clarity, and culmination of manifestation of what it is that you're trying to do. And it feels like it's for you personally, and then it will disperse and affect those around you. So it's a good thing to affect you, and you'll be happy with it. So, let's see. 1 me. What your guides are showing is that you are, it almost looks like they have you coming down a set of stairs, and you've got like a really big bag over your shoulder, and you're hanging on, and you kind of run down the stairs, and when you get to the bottom of the stairs, you're looking around, and I can't actually, I'll lose my visual if I turn around, but you're looking back around the stairs and around the door here, and it looks almost as if you've got people in the bag. It looks like you've got someone in the bag. Okay, all right. But what it really means here is there is a lowering of self, that you're having to bring yourself down a level or 2 in order to make something positive happen for yourself. And what that also means is that in doing so, you are also bringing someone along with you, or helping someone in turn by putting yourself into a predicament of sorts. But it means that you would be removing ego, you would be relying on humility, just being humble, just accepting help. You would be relying on the people around you who are lending a hand to you. And it means that this will be successful as long as you don't try to do everything on your own. Allowing those who are good at something to do that something within your life. That's what's most important for you right now. Okay. Let me jump down here. Yay! JV got it working. So he's on, it's on the taps now too. Sorry, I just went all the way down. So yay. Okay. All right. So JV, you got it. Look, you got it on Facebook now. Okay. All right. So JV, you'll have to throw me a message of how you want me to do this. So, okay. Let's see here. Okay. Seriously, the humidity has completely affected my hair, so do not judge me today with my bad hair day. All right, so I'll jump back and forth there because that's the link that I showed everybody was to go to the TAPS page too. So let me jump up here real fast. Let's grab some of these people who are watching. All right, Linda Thorpe. Linda, what is going on with you? Let me do something here real quick. Just gonna jump really fast. Okay, so Linda, for you, Linda, I'm not seeing anything. I'm trying to find out where you are, and I'm not seeing you anywhere. Linda, you are, you're obviously tying off something right now. And it's funny because I can feel your energy, Linda, but I can't see you. I can't exactly make out where you are. And it's not a bad thing. It just means that you are completing something or you're going through something right now that you're not supposed to get the answer to. And it's not a bad thing. It's just that your guides don't want me tipping you off to something. It's truly what it is. All right. That is so funny. I hate when that happens because I do want to read for everybody. It's just that sometimes they don't give it to me. Okay. So let me do this real quick. Fix my All right, Fran Harrison. Let me read Fran Harrison. You want to know a question, and if I'm looking at your energy and I'm picking up his energy off of you, the only words that I can say is yes in his own way, which may not be completely satisfactory to you. But we can't go into relationships trying to change somebody. We just, if we are going into a relationship where we feel like we have to change someone, it's not going to work. And so looking at this, he does, but he's doing it in his own way. Like, he can't change the way he's doing it. So if that's the case. And the thing is, it's funny, is you'll make concessions in a relationship based on not wanting to hurt someone. Like, oh, well, they're doing their best, so I don't want to hurt them. So you make concessions and you give up what you want and need in relationships. So don't do that. There's obviously someone for everybody. Thank you, whoever said that, Sharon Smith, I appreciate that. Sharon, what's this? I got pop-ups. I got pop-ups on my computer. My children are finding me on Facebook now. Sharon Smith, that's where I was going with this. Okay. Sharon, I don't know why, but I see you in like a service position. I see you like helping people, almost like doing hair. I know it's weird, but I see you, God, I should have just pulled this back. Helping people in a way where they just feel like when they're around you, they can talk. Like they can just talk and you're just going to sit there and listen. And that's the kind of energy I've picked up before from people who do hairdressers, people in the service positions where they're just sitting there doing their job, and then people are like, oh my God, I have to tell you, my brother, sister's mother-in-law's monkey totally went this drama thing, and it's like they just want to give you all of their information. It's what? Like, why? Why are you telling me this? But you do it. You listen. And so the first thing that they're telling me to tell you is to put protection on, and whatever it is that you do to put on protection, and let it all kind of like water off a duck's back, let it roll off. Very interesting. Oh my gosh. I'm getting a lot on here. Lots of information from people, and trying to only do what I'm supposed to, like a couple of minutes here and there. Lisa Greer, for you, what is coming through is how do I explain this? It's work. It's regarding work. You are just sitting what looks like on a bench or a stool, and you have paper in front of you, and you're writing, and somebody comes into this room, and you're like, what? And there's no like joking around. There's nothing. It's pretty much just somebody passing a business message to you, and you're like, okay, all right, I'll be right there. And it feels as if there is a change for you where work is concerned that isn't so much something that you've set out to get, but because of changes that are happening, you are either given more of a load than you expected. And it's funny because as I'm saying that, they're also saying that any kind of changes you were trying to implement within the organization gets set aside. So you're going to have to do things in this capacity, in both capacities where you're at now and someone else's capacity, based on what that person had set forth. And that may be unpleasurable. It may just not be very easy to do. So eventually, once things start to settle, you're going to be able to finally put changes forth that you're implementing, if that makes sense. But it all looks business related. It's not like it's personal. It's all business. Amy, I'm waiting to vibe on you here. I am waiting. All I'm seeing is animals around you right now, Amy. I don't know why. I see animals around you. I don't know why. I am seeing animals around you. Let's see. Irish Lass. First time here. All right, so let's see what's going on with Irish Lass. Hello, Sunshine Anna. Hello. All right. Where was I? Irish Lass. Where did you go? Where did you go? There you are. Okay. So Irish Lass. They show you coming out of a building, and it looks like you're barefoot. You're in a long gown. It's like a white color. It's got a cinched belt, a cinched waist. And when you come out of there, your hair is down. You stop and you listen and you look both directions. So you followed someone out, or you're listening to something that's attracted you out of this doorway. There's a lot here. First off, basically, that if you're hearing or seeing things, or if you're experiencing anything, it's legitimate. You're not crazy. You're not schizophrenic. You're not seeing things. So the fact that you are, you're very plain, your hair is down, everything else, they're saying that there's a lot of spiritual guidance around you as well. Barefoot means that nothing's holding you back right now. So where earthly things are concerned, where your earthly path is concerned, you want to focus on doing those things and moving forward with what's placed in front of you. And the only thing that is going to hold you back is you. Because this beautiful gown that you've gotten shows high spiritual influence, but then the waist is cinched, which tells me that your personal feelings about yourself or your capabilities, your lack of confidence within yourself is what will cause you to pause and probably turn things down. Don't let that happen. If it's placed in front of you, God obviously feels that you're capable of doing it. It's sometimes the people and ourselves are what shut us down. It's what causes us to say, nah, you know what, I think I'm going to do something else. We do it to ourselves. And so there's a lot happening here. And I would suspect that you see 11, 12 an awful lot, which means you're already awakening. It's just that you haven't honed anything yet. So you want to work on that and allow it to come through. But it's very cool. I think you have a gift from what I'm seeing. Okay, let's take a peek here. Okay. Whoop, I said first time caller. Where did that, first time. First time, all right. Oops, stop moving. Okay, Nicole Thorington. Whereabouts in Iowa? I used to live in Iowa. I used to live near Fort Dodge. So, okay. So Nicole Thorington, let's take a peek at you. Move that so JV can see what's happening. All right. Okay, Nicole Thorington. Nicole, you have several things coming through. What looks like I want to say young man, but then what I'm also seeing looks like some kind of an accident. So I'm not sure if this is a spirit of somebody who's coming through yet, and I have a lot of time, so they have to come through and make sure that I understand. But this is a young man coming through, and then wants me to acknowledge an auto accident of some kind. So I'm thinking it's either one or two individuals. If it's two, I'm twizzling them. And then somebody is saying it's my father, or it's the father. So someone's trying to acknowledge a father, and I'm wondering if it's like the father of a child, the father of your child, or it's kind of confusing because you've got several people all coming through at once. And this feels like it would be something through like a close-knit group, like a close group of people, and it would be a tight circle of individuals. And now there is so much happening here that it is really hard to stop this from moving. So I can see things and they just kind of fly by, and they're very, very fast. So I would not know if you were responding to me or whatever. But lots and lots of people, and I can't stop the texting. I can't stop it. It won't let me. It's interesting. Okay. Who is this? All right, Angela Herrera. Okay, Angela, let's grab you real quick. Angela, the first thing that is coming through for you is that you're standing over a woman. This feels like grandmother figure that you're standing over, and she's either she's stationary, so she's either in a chair or a wheelchair, and you're just kind of over her, holding her. And she does, she puts her hand up like this, and she touches your hand like this, and saying thank you, much appreciated. I'm wondering if this is like a grandmother. This might be a grandmother figure. And the only reason I'm saying that is because she says abuelita, and so I'm assuming this would be a grandmother who is correcting me. And she's got like a red blanket of some kind on her, and or across her legs. So you've got some grandmother energy that's coming through that is letting you know thank you, and there's a song like she's singing to you or something of that nature. So you'll have to let me know what that means or who she is, kind of to clarify. And I love hearing about it, so you'll just have to let me know. So many people, I know what you guys can all know is that if you really have something that's pressing, you can always message me on my Facebook page, and it's just facebook.com/God's Reader. And if you message, I'll give you a thumbs up letting you know that I've seen you, I know you're there. And I go through eventually, I try to go once or twice a week through everybody, and I will answer you either there through the messaging, or I'll put together a compilation video and put it on YouTube. So if there is something that's pressing and you really want to know an answer to it, or you just want to give me some feedback, let me know. Send me a message, and I will do everything I can to get back to you. But I don't ignore people. I eventually do always answer everybody. Okay. Caitlin McLaughlin. Let's take a peek. Or Katie. I don't know why I called you Caitlin. Katie McLaughlin. Let's take a peek. So Katie, the first thing that they're showing for you is that this looks like your second time around this way. And you're coming up to the Y in your path. And it looks like this presented once to you already, and you've already looped around. So you're kind of in a limbo or on hold. You're like in a holding pattern the last few months, maybe longer than that, trying to decide what it is that you want to do, where you want to go with, in which direction you want to go with. And you know what? It's understandable. It's not like we don't have all the time in the world. However, it does take us time sometimes to figure out what direction to go, where we're meant to be. And so when you get to the why, you have to make a choice. One choice will always bring you back where you're at now, and that's the comfortable one. It's the one that we choose repeatedly when we're unsure if we're ready for the other one. And the other path is what I've done it. You know, I too have gone, you know what, I'm just not ready yet to take that difficult path. I'm just going to keep circling for a little while. Hopefully I have enough fuel that keeps me in the air and I don't go crashing down. And so I understand, but they're saying that right now this is a choice that is important because it does affect the direction you go with your life. And I almost feel as if you would recognize it as like a really passionate need to make up your mind to do something, and it may be that you're going to do it against someone else. But I'll tell you what, it almost feels like in secret people are keeping their mouth shut, making you and just allowing you to make up your own mind on something, and they already support you to do it. They already know the answer to this. They already have the backstory and everything else. It's really just you saying, okay, fine, this is it. This is what I'm doing with my life. And they're like, we already know. We're already good with it. We've been like waiting for this to come out. Like we've been waiting for you to say, this is what I want to do with my life. This is where I want to go with my life. So, you know, you look like you're preventing yourself from being happy in so many different ways, where career and life and everything else are directed based on the fear of not wanting to upset the people around you, but they're already privy to things. Okay. Susie Shar, not a good day. I'm in the hospital with pneumonia. Well, Susie, I hope you feel better. And pneumonia is no fun. I really do hope send you some healthy green energy to help heal that physical body of yours. Not a good thing. Pneumonia is no fun. Okay, let's see here. And Diane, you're having major surgery Friday. I think you're going to be okay. I think the only thing for you, Diane, is you want to make sure... Thanks, Tam. Diane, I think the only thing that you have to worry about is making sure that you're not on any aspirins, NSAIDs, no blood thinners, because it looks like this is the only thing that they even maybe like make sure you're not taking any of this prior to. Because I'm looking in that, the one thing they're showing me are veins. They're showing me blood and veins. So of course there's both of those during surgery, but that represents to me making sure that you're not too thin blooded. And I know this sounds weird too, but I almost feel as if your stomach is going to feel better. I know that sounds weird, but I feel as if your stomach feels better. I don't know why. I just feel like, wow, I feel better. It's my stomach. So funny. Okay, Susie, I'm sorry. And you had back surgery, and I'm sorry that that's going on. That stinks. Okay, Lauren Simmons. Let's do Lauren Simmons. She cannot beg anymore, and I don't want people to beg. I don't want people to beg. So Lauren Simmons, let's take a peek for you. So the first thing that your guides show you, Lauren, is that you are on the beach. And so the beach, again, this represents safety, security, and grounding, okay? And you're there and you're kind of like biting your nails. And you're watching your beach, and then you look out on the water, and you're a nervous wreck. You're biting and biting and biting. And you, at the same time, want to stay on your beach. You have this itch to get out on the water. Like, do I have to go in the water? I should go on the water. I should stay here. But if I stay here, then I... So there's this, like, you're like wrestling. You need to calm down. You need to separate your thoughts, okay? Because I can see looking at you that you are so in your head right now that you can't think clearly. And I'm looking at your outfit. So you're in these like just stretchy pants, some boots, you got a shirt, some kind of like a long flannel-y shirt with a jacket over it, and lots of layers. So these represent spiritual protection. So you are trying to spiritually protect yourself from the people around you. That means you've got toxicity in the individuals around you, and you need to let them go. You need to just be like, I can't do this anymore. However, you have an addictive personality. So you stay in relationships not based on the fact that you love them or need them, but because you've just become addicted to having them around. And that is not healthy. It's really time for you to cut your losses and go, you know what, now it's time for me. I have to focus on me. And when I do that, when I tell you to do that, see, because you've got all this stuff holding you back. You got these boots on. I mean, it's just like, when I do this, I'm just going to kind of erase you real quick, erase this clothes that you're wearing, okay? We don't want this on you because you are so lost on what to do. Like, what do I do? Do I start off new or do I stay where I'm at? Like, everything's screwed up, blah, 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 blah. Like, your brain is just like, just crazy thoughts. When I do that, I pull you aside. I have Archangel Michael kind of cut some of these cords for you, and I can't ask him to truly do it, but I'm asking him right now to just do it for you. And he puts you more, or your guides put you more in this gown that is iridescent and it's beautiful, and this is what you need to focus on, is separating your thoughts. Like, picture everything on a plate and separate everything and allow yourself to view what is working and what's not, what's helping you to positively grow and what's not. And when you do this, now you're not trying to handle all these thoughts and processes at once. You are separating everything and looking at it in a rational way. You can do that. You can, or I wouldn't be telling you to do it. So you have to do that. Okay, let's see. What is this? What is this? So funny. Joni shower. Okay, because you've messaged over 20 times, Joni, then I will I will get you in. Now, if you'd only done like 19, I'd have said, screw Joni, I'm not reading her. So, okay. So Joni, you have an awful lot on your plate. On top of all of your own things, you are handling a lot of people around you. You've got people that don't belong even on your beach. See now, okay, I see now why. You have this past life thing going on right now that plays into this point in your life. And in the past life, I would have thought, okay, so she's considered just like an old maid, but you're not, you're young, okay? But at that point, in that time frame, I'm looking at you thinking, this is early industrial America. This is all new immigration and all these new, like New York area, all of the East Coast, okay? And you look almost like you would, I don't want to call you like a madam, but you may have been. And you almost look like you run like a halfway house or a really cheap hotel. It's the only way I can put it. It doesn't look ritzy. It looks like it's for people who are getting off of a boat, who are going to get some sleep, maybe something else, and then they're going to move on their way. And so in this lifetime, you have met up with a point in a previous life where things didn't go as well, so now you've residually brought that with you. And you are now dealing probably with family, friends, people around you where you are the halfway point. You are who everybody's coming to. And you may have even family and children and grandchildren or whoever else that all want to come stay with you or live with you, or as they're going through troubles, you're just the stopping point and they're going to move on. So you are someone that it looks like people all come to as they're bouncing from a bad situation into a good one. And this is playing in this lifetime. It's, you're good at it. You are really good at, it's not like you kick them to the curb, but you give them a chance to handle what they need to. You're not easy on people, so you don't enable them into being a victim or being a certain way or being lazy or just not doing what they're supposed to do. You are providing them with a chance to sit down, get comfortable, and now get the heck out of here. You know what? You've been here too long. Got too many people. You've taken advantage of the amenities. Now get out. So this is interesting, but it's part of your role in this lifetime, and also by doing what you're doing right now, by helping people. You have to say no. You do have to learn. There's rules and regulations, even for like madams and for people who run a halfway house back in the 1800s. But you have to say no and give your advice, give your help, and then send them on their way. So this is important for you. All right. Let me run through here. Okay. Let's see. Ramandeep, hello. I know you were there for the gallery the other night too, and I didn't get to read you. So let's read you. Let's see what's happening here. I was talking about you the other day, actually, because I was telling someone about what I had seen for you the first time. That was so amazing, the visions that I had seen for you. And I often think about you, just so you know, because of that. I always kind of go back to that initial reading for you, and I know it sounds weird that a stranger is thinking about you, but I do. I think about you in that initial reading I did for you, and is this still happening? Is this still going on? But I have to tell you that from that initial reading, the space between here, then and here, that there is this huge transformation and connection. And so I don't want to say that you're hearing voices, but you might be. And I feel also as if you are maybe finding it easier to make decisions because you're taking that spiritual advice and you're listening to the energies, the gods, you're listening to those things. I feel like with this is travel, and I also feel like there's a discovery for you coming up. I feel as if there is a discovery in the means of helping people, and along with it is travel. And I can't strongly stress enough the connection that you had with that original, the reading and what I had seen. And there's, and you know what? You know what the name is too, there, because I had to look it up after that reading. I'll tell you right now. I have to look this up and then I'll tell you, because you're going to know what I'm talking about. Hold on. If my computer will work, it's probably just going to seize up on me because I've got like so much going on. Let me see what, you know what I'm talking about, and you're going to probably beat me to it. But I'm just going to look it up. Hanuman? That's who I was seeing, and I didn't even know it. Walking with you on your path. If I'm saying it improperly, please let me know. But this was like an opening for you, I think has always been with you, and so watch and listen even harder. Yeah, listen, because that's who I saw first, and I was like, what am I seeing this person that looks like a monkey walking with him? Why? And then I looked it up and I thought, oh my God, that's who I'm seeing. It's like clear as day. It was just crazy. And so because I've never, not knowing all of the details, going back and going, oh my God, that's who I was looking at. I wouldn't even have thought about it. It was never even crossed my mind. And so I've always gone back to it, saying, where are they now? Like, is he with him still? Are they with each other? Like, are they the path? It's so cool. But you're like opening up. You're opening up to this, and so those voices, those things that are helping guide you, are really directing you on this celestial path. It's pretty awesome. So I always think about you. So perfect. That's so cool. That's really, really awesome. Yeah. Yeah. And you'll have to, yeah, and you have to get onto the Facebook group too, and then, you know, teach people what you're learning as well. That's the whole point of the group, is to open up to that stuff. Okay. Yes, Susie, definitely things are going to get better for you. They always do. Okay, Elisa Peters. Elisa, I want to tell you to turn around and go home. Don't go to work. Someone else, Doug said, let's just have a drink. It's not 5 o'clock yet, but it's not a bad idea. Okay, a little glass of wine. All right, so just, Elisa, for you, I'm seeing you going home. No, I'm not. I don't see that. I was just joking with you. But you should definitely consider that break, that vacation. I feel like as you're driving, there is a pull somehow to pull you home. That's why I was joking about it, that you should just turn around. But there actually is a pull. So I don't know if you're working extra hours or there's a lot more going on where work is concerned, but what they're saying is there's definitely something at home that needs your attention. And focus on that when you get home. If it's children or whoever is just begging for attention, I would definitely give that to them. Okay, let's see. Ramandeep, you're welcome. Let's see here. I'm all seized up over here, so let's see. Okay, wait. What was that? I just flipped through. I'm sorry. I know we're running out of time. I'm doing a gallery. What is tomorrow? Oh, that's right. Beyond Reality Radio. Tomorrow is the 4th. That's tomorrow with JV Johnson and Jason Hawes on Beyond Reality Radio. And so that call-in is from 12 to 2. I don't know if I'm doing, JV will have to let you guys know. But I get on for the first hour, first Thursday of every month, and I take call-in. So if you call in and you get through, then I will read you. And then during break, when there's commercial breaks and I'm not reading people, I will get into the chat room and I'll read everybody on chat too. So join us for that. JV, you're going to have to let everybody know where that's going to be posted so that I know to get, onto the right page and do chats with everybody. But it's super fun. And then if they usually have a guest the second half of the hour, so you get to listen to awesomeness from there. Okay, Annie Tambori. Annie from Pennsylvania. Let's take a peek there. Annie. You are walking through like high vegetation, Annie. This is good. I mean, I can hear it as you're walking. It's like tall stalks, like elephant ears as you walk through. Like you're pushing them aside. The clothes you're wearing don't really matter, but you're doing all this, you're pushing things aside. This tells me that at some point in the recent past, you made a difficult decision, that you would have really experienced, let's say, the whitewater. And so when you go up the mountain and you're at the top of the mountain and you decide to get on this raft, long story short, you're at the mercy of the water. It's bouncing off of rocks, you're hitting your head, you're like, oh my God, you're just flying through this whitewater and you have no paddle, you're pretty much just clinging for life. This goes on and on until the water brings you to the calm part, the shallow water, where you're able to just get out, you're not getting wet, and you have a choice. I've just been through hell. It would be so much easier to just do what I know and to keep doing what I understand. But I don't think I can do that anymore, so I'm going to have to go this way. And when you go, get off on the raft on the left-hand side, you're faced with a wall of greenery and all you have is a machete, and you have to break your way through this greenery and make your own way, a brand new way, a way that you've never gone before. And so this is all having happened. Now you're walking through this greenery. It's not a bad thing. It can be so scary because it would be something you've never embarked on before. It's something you've never done before, but you're doing it, and it's amazing. And it's just a message to tell you to keep on doing what you're doing. You may even see your guides sending you the 444. Keep going in the direction you're going. Just keep going this way. Don't stop. It's pretty awesome. Why is it doing this? There we are. Okay. I'm sorry, this just flips. Margarita Guerrero Arens. Let me read you. Oh, I don't know what just happened there. I have no idea. Just shut everything off, which is great. It's great. There we go. Okay. Margarita Guerrero Arens. Let's see. Okay, so around you, I see children. And I see, I'm not sure if you're pregnant right now or if you are trying to be pregnant, but I see a baby around you as well. And it's funny because you have this, this whole get it all done. Like you are somebody who can get all of it done on top of corralling children and all right, women get shit done. They just do. You know, women get what they need to get done. They take care of the house. They do the laundry. They do all of the stuff. They go to work. They wear many, many hats. But for you, they're saying this is an important thing. This is important for you to understand because it looks like there's a purpose. Like you are I don't know if you have foster children or if you're taking children in or what you're doing, but you have this a connection and draw where children are, they're like drawn to you. So not only are children wanting to come through as your own, but there are children in the neighborhood, that there are children all around you. This is important. You have this blessing. You know, children are a reward from the Lord. That's all I know. And you're doing something right. You're protecting people, these little people. And all I can say is there's like a counter. You're in this black skirt, a red shirt, you have an apron on. And it's funny because that's why I'm saying you look, the way that the apron comes up, it kind of goes over. So either you're pregnant now or you will be. And your hair is pulled back, like if I were to take a bandana and pull my hair back, and there's this counter and you've got a child on your hip and you're like, come on, come on, come on. And there's a man that walks in and you shoot all the children under the counter. And it's just really cool watching it because you've got this protective thing going on, but it's also saying that there is some element in your life that you know you have to protect other people from. So I'm not sure if this is a spouse or a partner, family member, but somehow it's saying you already are privy, you already know that there is an element in your life or around you that you have to protect those in your life and around you. So I guess, you know, being aware of it is fine. It's just like I want to say, like, be careful. Like, for whatever reason, I just want to tell you to be careful of this because you're strong enough to get yourself into a wrong position or put yourself to protect others, you put yourself in a bad position. So be smart about things and take care of them before they get bad enough to where you are put into a bad position. So I hope that makes sense because they're kind of trying to give me information for you without like out and out just saying it. So it's really cool. All right. So yeah, so if you message me, I will give you a thumbs up. Hello, David Charles Price. Hey, you might be annoying, but you know what? So am I. And Pierce, I'm sorry, it flew by. David Charles Pierce. you know what? I don't mind annoying. I'm usually the one that everybody's going, where, like, what are you on? What have you been drinking? What have you been? No, I'm not. I'm just one of those annoying energies that's super high energy. And I tend to just choose to be annoying every now and then. So I don't mind it. And actually, David, I love your energy. And I love that you are like tears of a clown. I love that you don't throw up your problems on people, that you generally are the one that people would come to, but you can be the loud one and you don't even have to be loud. You don't even have to do anything. When you walk into a room, I think you already command that presence or that attention because of the energy you just exude naturally. So you don't have to walk into a room and go, I'm here, party started. You don't have to do that. You can walk into a room silent and you will draw attention just simply by the energy that you let off. So take advantage of that charisma, that energy. That can get you far. You want to use it ethically. You want to use it wisely. You want to be smart about the gifts that you've been given and use them as a leader. Use them to lead people properly. I think the only issue that you have in leading people, though, is that you have a temper because you are easily annoyed with other people. So you might be annoying, but you get easily annoyed by others. And so it's not so much that you think people are stupid, it's just that you don't deal well with ignorance. Once you understand that about yourself and you realize that, you can acknowledge that within, you would make an awesome leader. And I love your energy. I think it's a good energy, and I think you will probably save more people in this lifetime than you realize. You probably already have saved a few. Okay, so let's see here. We've got, I just flew right past it. So wait, where was that? What is this? Oh, crikey. Hold on a second. We've got someone here from, if I can find it. It just can't, poop stains. Hold on. I can't, you guys are just too fast for me. I cannot get this to, where did it go? I just saw somebody, and I had it like several times, but it disappeared. I was looking at her name and it just, wait, here we go. Don't move. Karen Geerlings Dutois from South Africa. I have to say hello because you're in South Africa. Karen Geerlings Dutois. I'm so sorry if I just completely to your name. I don't mean to. So I'll get Karen, I'll get one other person, and the hour will be over, but there's just so many other things that we can do. So Karen, let me read you. Karen, you know, it's funny because when I find your energy, I smell food. When I find your energy, I smell food. I smell you smell like a multitude of food. You smell like you're in a kitchen. You smell like you're cooking. You smell like bread and banana bread and fruits and meat, and you smell really, really good. So maybe you're cooking right now, I'm not sure, but you smell really good. And your energy just says to me, but I have a lot to do today. And you probably you're probably doing a lot of things as you're listening to this. My whole system just seized up, so I apologize if you guys are not seeing anything right now, but I'm going to keep on reading here. Interesting. I wonder what happened here. I don't know what happened. I hope it didn't just completely knock you guys out. Interesting. Very, very cool. Okay, so it's back up. All right, I just want to make sure. Okay, so Karen, you definitely, like I said, you smell like food. And you have a lot to do apparently. And you're behind schedule. And I smell I smell, something smells dry. It smells earthy and dry. Making something creatively, not food. So although there might be food around you that I'm supposed to be smelling, but something, Karen, that you're making or that you're considering creating or making, you're supposed to go ahead and do that. I'm being told to tell you to do this artistry. And it looks like you're making bowls or something, but do the artistry, make it happen. That's what I'm being told to tell you. Okay, so I'm gonna get one more person in here. Yes, Arctic wings, I said poop stains. I did. That's what my, it's better than swearing. Poop stains. Said that for a long time. Let's see here. So Arctic wings 22, I will read you. All right, so let's see what's happening with you. I just have to remember to put my hair back every time. That's what I have to do. I always forget. Arctic wings, where are you? Well, you're several places. So you are, there's a path that leads up away from the water, and this pathway is up the dune. On the right-hand side is a large wall, and the left-hand side there's a white picket fence, or just like a white fence that looks pickety, and then a large field. And the field is where people who've passed over will come up and they'll chit-chat. It's kind of like an off-boundaries thing. People don't really walk out there, at least not yet, they don't. And you are up on the fence, kind of leaning up on it, looking over, and you're waiting. You're waiting. Now, I think part of the desire and the hope and the want for you to be more spiritually connected is probably already ingrained in your soul, based on the fact that you look like you have some kind of native energy within you. You've got a previous life that I'm trying to see where or when. Okay, no. Let me correct this. You have a previous life that you would have been a white female, but you would have connected with native culture, and it was more of a holistic learning experience for you. You would have had your vision opened through these experiences, and it would have been probably uncalled for. It would have been completely looked down upon at that time. We're talking like pioneering times, almost a forbidden kind of a connection between two people. And this individual that you're communicating with looks elderly and mentor, almost just trying to give a dose of this energy to you to grow up and pass on. So it's really interesting. You want to look maybe back in like history books, if there is I'm wondering if it's an M, like a Margaret or a Mary or Maggie, something along that line, that had any kind of influence between the white culture and Native Americans. Just look it up and see, because I will totally forget the moment this is done. But finding out if there was any woman in history who ever just tried to bridge the gap of knowledge and ignorance. And you look young, so maybe nobody would have even listened to you at that point until you were older. So this would connect, if this is a past life experience that they're saying is a residual, it means that it would have been something that would have been left undone previously, and that you would bring through the energy to cross barriers in this lifetime to remove ignorance and information, things that people are not paying attention to, things that people don't know. So helping people to cross barriers, cross bridges of ignorance. So you would be doing that in this lifetime as well. I guess that just asking for the help and guidance as to which path to take and what to share and what to say. Because you know what, even me, when I go do a gallery somewhere, the first thing I do is I look up. I like Ashmore Estates over the weekend. I had to go just do like a blurb for the gallery prior that was going to happen that night. And I was downstairs and I was walking up and I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? I had no idea. What do you want me to say? And so I'm just not someone who just, who plans it out. I kind of just allow God to do that. And that's what he's kind of asking you to do, is follow his lead in the work that you do. Okay, so let's think now before I go. Okay, so tomorrow, Beyond Reality Radio with JV Johnson, Jason Hawes. They are the hosts of the show. I am on the first Thursday of the month for either the first hour, or it just depends on who's on or when they're on, the second half. And so that's a call-in. You want to go and get that information from JV about what numbers to call. And 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm trying to think of what else. So then the 12th, on my YouTube channel, I will be doing a gallery from 9 to 11 Central Standard, and that'll be just like this on chat. And it's a lot of fun. I read quite a few I don't know, I'm thinking I read about 20 some people in that. I could probably read more if I just shut up half the time. Just read as many as possible, as quickly as possible. But that's on YouTube, and I can read that easily. It doesn't flip through like Facebook does. So that would be on the 12th of October. And then anybody who's in Wisconsin, on the 9th of October, I will be doing at the Wisco. It's called the Wisco. It's in Lamira, I believe. And it's a fundraiser. So tickets for that, you go to my webpage, you can also find out about tickets for that. But it is there, JV just posted the phone number for the call-in for Beyond Reality Radio. So there's a fundraiser for people in Wisconsin. I will be doing that at the Wisco on the 9th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. On the 26th through the 28th, I'll be at ScareCon with JV, and I will be doing 4 galleries and a part of the trade show as well. So come on out to that. That's in Verona, New York, at the Turning Point. Super fun. Go check it out. There's going to be so many celebrities there. It's going to be fun. You get to meet them all. Yeah, and I'll be there too, so I can't wait. And thinking of anything else, I have no idea. Oh, the 13th. Saturday the 13th. This is also going to happen. I have to put this on my events page, but is Kids Day at Ashmore Estates in Ashmore, Illinois. So look up ashmoreestates.net. It's a free day for kids to go wander through Ashmore Estates, bring their cameras, little recording devices. They can do their own little ghost hunt during the day, and all the lights are on. It's super fun. I'm going to be there with my whole family, so I'm very excited. And so come on out to that as well and see us at Ashmore Estates. I know Rob and Terry was on earlier. He and his wife Norma own it, and they open up the doors all the time for lots of different events. So go to ashmoreestates.net and check that out. Love doing stuff with them. And so yeah, I'm going to get going. I have so much to do as well, and I thank everybody both on the TAPS page and on my page for joining us once again. And just make sure that you like the page. Well, if it asks you to like it, like it. If it asks you to subscribe, do that too. And follow, do whatever you've got to do so that these impromptu things will show up in your feed to say that we're live doing these things. And just an awesome event. I love being here with you guys. It's fun, but thanks a lot for joining us. And I also will go through to the comments when this is over, and I will read people through as well. And so you're not forgotten. Even though I may not have read you, I will go through and check things out. And if anything comes through, I'll let you know that way as well. But if you've messaged me, give me a couple of days and I will put together a video, or I'll answer you back then. So either way, anyway, you will be seen. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys later.